Moment Factory, we like to think of the potential of what our experiences can do as the ROE versus the ROI. So what we mean by this is the real focus being return on emotion, but it's also return on education, return on experience, and it's really the notion of if you can engage with your audience regardless what the purpose is or what the objective is, you're going to create meaningful memories and lasting memories that will then bring and optimize the ROI, but it has to start with an emotional connection. So the mission of Moment Factory is to do it in public. So if you look at our website, it'll say we do it in public. And it's really the idea of, and what we strive to achieve every single day, is to utilize technology as a means of creating collective emotions. So we know very well how technology has taken over our lives. We're very, in a singular way, connected to our phones, our computers, or televisions. And we believe at Moment Factory about utilizing it to break those barriers and to create collective moments, a sense of wonder, sense of magic, and amazement through the potential of what technology can offer. So technology, as we all know, is evolving very quickly. And what we try to do at Moment Factory is stay on top of everything that is happening in the industry, but also guiding our own direction of how we want to innovate with these technologies. So we look at it in twofold. So we look at it of how these innovations or these new technologies can help improve our methodologies and our internal processes, might it be from production pipelines. So a very simple example of that is how real-time content can really allow us to work differently and accelerate and add endless possibilities to compared to pre-rendered content, as an example. So we look at it not just in the notion of how it can add value to a project, but how is it adding value to how we're achieving those objectives and those goals. So projection mapping, a lot of people have the sense that it's an old technology, and we don't see it that way at Moment Factory because it's still relatively new. And how projection mapping can really enhance, reinvent, give a new life to a space is really unique. I think when we look at new technologies such as tracking, such as real-time content again, or AI, we're very interested and we have all of these technologies in our R&D priorities, but it's how is it helping to enhance and add layers to the output of what we're doing. So I don't think projection mapping is going away anytime soon. It may evolve or have additional features of what we can do even with AR as well, but it's how it's augmented the experience and not necessarily replacing technologies such as projection mapping. First and foremost, as a service company, we strive, and as a creative company, we strive at creating unique projects. Moment Factory was created back in 2001, so we have the benefit of having done a lot of projects and have this tacit understanding of what we can do and cannot do and how this can evolve. So because we do a lot of development and we have all of the capabilities in-house, which is also very unique to Moment Factory. We have the coders, the developers, the architects, the technicians, the artists, the storytellers are all within Moment Factory. So what that really allows us to do is to implement and consider certain efficiencies that we like to think of as product culture. So not necessarily deploying a product, but thinking about how we can develop some back-end technologies that still allow us to create unique content and environments from scenic, lighting, sound, which are all elements that are important to what we do, but accelerating or facilitating because we've done so much in the back-end effort of it. So this is where we try to find efficiencies to better meet timelines, budgets, and augment really the creative output that we can give to all of our projects. The initial conversations we have with our clients and them understanding the opportunities that multimedia can offer, regardless the canvas in which it will be, might it be temporary or permanent, really has evolved and accelerated because we see a lot more multimedia installations, we see a lot more immersive experience in and around the entire world, and that's really allowed to educate better, the public about what the possibilities are, the language, and to feel safer in embarking on these endeavors that may be short or again, they can be longer if it's a permanent installation, and really think differently about how they approach what they're doing instead of being in the physical static. That multimedia offers so much possibilities. It can be very dynamic, it can be agile, such as the experience we have here today. Every single day will be different, and all we have to do tomorrow morning is click on a different button to activate our activation that we'll have tomorrow. So where you're taking your investment offers a lot more possibilities, and I think more and more the public is understanding that.
Moment Factory is at the core a creative team coming from mostly content and everything that would be live events. And the technical part of it is to add what the hardware can be at the service of the creative team. So the technical team is there to be at the most updated technology available to create the services of the creative team. The technology that excited me the most, and I think Moment Factory at general excited about, is the real-time engine advancement that has been since the last 5 years, where everything needed to be pre-rendered in the past. Right now everything is real-time, so you can see exactly what you want. And we've seen a lot of application on real-time production, but also on real-time engine, as the same way as we're doing in InfoComm, where you have real-time reaction and interactivity with the content you're having. So you're not only pre-rendering your content, you can actually experiment with it, play with it, and it's not because it comes from one artist that would create your content. Now it's anybody, the public, who's actually create the canvas and create the colors and stuff and react with it. So the interactive part of the real-time engine becomes what the technology is exciting us the most. So Moment Factory is doing at InfoComm right now is getting people to interact with the space and the content that we're having. But I know that InfoComm wanted something mostly different than what we usually see on those kind of showcase, where it's content that is promoting the hardware. Right now what we want is we want public to be able to interact with it, and that's the approach I think we want to have at InfoComm, is saying to anybody who would walk in it, say, you can be part of that entire installation, you can be part of the creation, you can be part of the color choice, you can interact with the lighting, you can interact with the sounds, and that's what we want. We want the industry to understand that Moment Factory not only is able to act the hardware that we're using to make it for a creative purpose, but we want also the public to interact with it and make it their own, create their own content that right now we're seeing in the back, that anybody would interact with it at InfoComm, understand that they can apply it to any canvas. It can be projection mapping on a building, it can be LED installation in a hotel, it can be whatever the clients want. We can use any technology available to make it as available that right now we're seeing around us in InfoComm.